Imagine, his curse remained alive even after his death. They say there once was a pharaoh whose name was forbidden to speak, whose memory was scraped from every temple and every stone. His statues were shattered, his tomb lost, his story silenced. For centuries, it was as if he had never existed. Until now. Before he became Akhenaten, he was just a quiet prince, Amenhotep, son of the mighty pharaoh Amenhotep III. Unlike his brothers, he didn't crave war or gold. He preferred silence, staring at the horizon as if listening to voices no one else could hear. Servants whispered that the boy spoke to the sun. When he became king, he broke Egypt's oldest law, the law of its gods. He stood before the high priests of Amun and declared, "There is no god but Aten, the living sun." The priests were horrified, but the young pharaoh smiled. Temples closed. Offerings to the old gods stopped. He ordered new hymns to be written, not for Osiris, not for Ra, but for the sun itself. Akhenaten commanded his people to build a new city in the desert, a city devoted only to Aten. They called it Akhetaten, the horizon of the sun. Within a single year, white temples rose from the sand. Streets shimmered under golden sunlight. But at night, the desert grew eerily quiet, as if the city itself was holding its breath. By his side stood Nefertiti, his queen and his mirror. Together they ruled as if they were gods on earth. In the art of that time, they are always shown together, touching hands, gazing at the sun. But rumors spread. Some said Nefertiti began to worship the light differently, not Aten, but something within it. Others said she disappeared because she discovered a truth the pharaoh wanted hidden. Over the years, Akhenaten's body began to change. His face grew long, his hips wide, his limbs thin. Neither man nor woman, neither human nor divine. Some called it a disease. Others whispered it was the mark of the sun. He ordered the artists to show him as he truly was, imperfect, alien, almost sacred. The courtiers feared him now, and some began to plot against him. The city began to suffer. The Nile failed to flood, crops withered, and the people grew hungry. The priests of Amun whispered that the gods were angry. At night, strange lights were seen above the temples, spheres of fire moving silently in the sky. People called them the Eyes of Aten. One day, the pharaoh walked into the Temple of the Sun and never came out again. Guards searched every hall, every chamber. Nothing. The altar still burned, but the king was gone. For days, the city froze in fear. Some said Aten had taken him. Others believed his enemies struck in silence. But no body was ever found. After his disappearance, the priests returned to power. They erased his name, destroyed his statues, and called him the heretic king. Even his city, Akhetaten, was abandoned and swallowed by the desert. Within years, it was as if it had never existed. Centuries later, when explorers uncovered Amarna, they found walls that glowed faintly under the moonlight, as if touched by something divine. In one chamber, a carving showed Akhenaten raising his hands to the sky, and beneath it, faint words barely visible.